Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on our webinar with Columbian Life. We're going to have Tom Holland and Mike Oliver with Columbian Life have taken time out of their day to come hang out with everybody and go over some of their final expense life insurance or Dignified Choice Classic series. We also have Mark Conter with Messer Financial on the line with us. This is Michael Colon. So glad you're here. Just to be respectful of everybody's time, we're going to go ahead and pull the trigger real quick and turn it over to them so they can just go ahead and move forward. Be about 35 minutes. Feel free, if you have questions, you can type them over in your little the control panel for the GoToWebinar underneath questions. If you type whatever questions you've gotten there, we'll try and answer them as they come in. If for some reason it doesn't get answered, we'll send an email out afterwards with all of it. And then, of course, we will be recording this webinar and it will be posted on messerfinancial.com underneath our training resources. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Tom Holland and Mike Oliver.
Good morning, guys. This is Mike Oliver with Columbian Life. I'm the regional with them. We've got our Director of Field Training, Tom Holland, with us here today, and we're excited to be able to present you guys our Dignified Choice Classic Series. And I hope everybody will get a lot out of it. We've got a lot of good things to give you. And so with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Tom.
Thank you, Mike. Good morning. As Mike said, Tom Holland here. I'm the Director of Field Development for Columbian Financial Group, Columbian Life Insurance Company. First of all, I want to thank you for joining our webinar today, or your webinar today. And also thank you for your business. We appreciate it. So today, we're going to a couple of products and a underwriting tool that you might find valuable. Okay, so the first product we're going to jump right into is our Dignified Choice. That's our brand. We call it our Classic Series. That's our final expense products. Final expense products. Now, we write products up to $10 million. If you've got a $10 million client, got a nice term plan, we'll show you. You can write that. But this is for final expense. And this product is approved just about everywhere. So if you're contracted in one state or a multiple state, more than likely this product is approved to write. There's some variations in some states, but not many, and I'll show you that. So our Dignified Choice, this comes in 3 series. We have an Elite Series, and our Elite Series is our best rates. These are very, very competitive rates. First of all, our plans are non-medical. Okay? They are underwritten, but it's simplified issue. Simplified issue. It's immediate death benefit plans when accepted, smoker, non-smoker. And here's your bands, if you'll look at your bands here. From ages 25 to 44, 5,000 to 35,000, 45 to 80. 35,000, 81 to 85, you can write for 25,000. And this would be issued if the insured answers all their health questions. No, we do an MIB check. Today we do a telephone interview, point of sale interview, but that's going away May 7th. Won't have to do that anymore unless you want to, and I'll explain that. We go out and do a prescription drug database check. We do an MVR for ages 25 to 35 only, and we do height and weight. Now, we have a very, very liberal height and weight chart. Now, everything I'm showing you today, you'll be able to see also access via our website 24/7 without an ID and password. We'll come back to that. I'll show you that. So then, and then the next series is our Select series. We call it Select. Again, full death benefit plan, smoker, non-smoker. Now this is for people that aren't in perfect health. They got some health stuff, okay? So they might answer part 4 of our health questions, our application. Yes, they can still get the Classic Elite or Classic Select plan. Classic Select plan. Again, full death benefit. So you've got a real good rate, and you got what we call our standard rate based on how they answered the health questions. Simplified issue. Again, we don't do a physical. We just run an MIB, drug database check, Phone interview is going to go away in a week. Then we've got a couple of Advantage and security plans, and these basically are your graded or guaranteed issue graded death benefit plans. The death benefit on these plans are return of premium plus 6% unless they die by an accident. The Advantage plan is a 2-year wait, all right, 2 years. So this is for people that aren't in perfect health. They got some health stuff right with them, right? Then the security check is they've answered part 2 of the health question yes or more of part 3 check. They got more health problems. And again, this is a 3-year guaranteed issue plan, return of premium plus 6%. You can write this one from $45 to $80 up to $10,000. Okay, let's back up one. The Advantage again is $45 to $80 up to $20,000. So again, depending on how they answer the health question, you would be able to determine which plan you put it in. Now, our point of sale tool that I'm going to show you will help guide you through all these selections. You can download this on your iPhone or your Android or your desktop, and you can walk through the underwriting process, either pre-qualify before you see an applicant or qualify when you see an applicant, so you know exactly what plan you can qualify for. Also, with our point of sale tool, you'll be able to underwrite the case. You'll actually be able to do the MIB check, do the RX check, get a firm answer before you send your application in to us, and that way you know what you send us will be issued. And we're going to review that today also. So that will really help you. But again, these slides that I'm showing you are on our website, and we'll go and pull that up today and show you also. Waiting for that to change. I'm waiting for the slide to change because I'm talking about riders now. There are riders that are available on these plans. Children's term rider. We got a great children's term rider, and we'll talk about that. Of course, an accidental death rider and an accelerated death benefit rider, an accelerated death benefit rider. And that's available on your Elite, which again is your best rate plan, and your Select, which is your standard rate plan. And then on that Advantage, that 2-year return of premium plus 6% plan, you can add the children's term rider and the accelerated death benefit rider, which takes over after the waiting period has passed. Wait for my slide to change. The first rider that's really a great one, children's term rider. We have a fantastic children's term rider. Not only does it cover the child, covers the grandchild, great-grandchild, stepchild, legally adopted stepchild, all the children you can add to those base plans. As long as the insured is between 25 and 85 and the child is 15 days old up to 18 years old, less than 19, everything with us is age last birthday, you can add that rider. And you can add $2,500 up to $10,000 of children's rider. The rule is, if you have a $10,000 plan, you can add more rider than the base plan. So that's the only rule. You can add up to 20 kids on one policy, 20 kids. And this coverage remains in force until the child is 25 or until you convert it. You can convert up to 5 times of it. So it's available on, again, on our Elite, which is our best rate, our Select, our standard rate, and the Advantage plan. The accelerated death benefit rider allows a policy owner to receive up to 50% of their death benefit if they're diagnosed with a terminal illness and they're expected to live 12 months or more. So you can add that. Basically, it's automatic. You don't add it. It's automatic, free of charge. It's a freebie. The policy remains in force. It's available on those plans. There's no premium for this rider. If they use the rider, we charge a $250 administration fee. And the lien interest will be charged on the accelerated death benefit amount. So that's a great, great rider too. And I'll show you on our term plan, we even have more of these, what we call living benefit riders that are inherent in the Columbian plans that other companies don't have. Accidental death, our accidental death rider doubles, again, double indemnity. Issue age is 25 to 75 for ADB. Remains until the policy's anniversary or till the insured is 100. And again, that's available on your best rate and your standard rate, which is elite or classic. All right, let me run through this underwriting questions, but I'm going to show you on the point of sale tool because that'll help clarify this. On our application, you got parts. So, classic security. Again, security. If you answer part 2, yes, 2 or more, part 3, yes, or the proposed insured is 71 or older and has not seen a doctor in the last 3 years. One of the things we flag when you write with us, if you're really 60 and over, 70 and over, and you haven't seen a doctor in 5 years for any reason, you know, a checkup, blood work, heavy blood pressure check, physical, we flag that. We want to know why. There could be a legitimate reason, but we want to know why. Sometimes people don't go to the doctor because they know when they go to the doctor they're going to find something wrong. So we flag that. That doesn't mean that the answer is no, but there could be an explanation. But on the surface, if they haven't been, we say no. Advantage, again, that's another graded death, a return of premium product. Part 3, answered yes. 2 or more, part 4 is answered yes. Select, again, that's your standard rate. Part 4, the pros insured is 60 to 70, again, has not seen a doctor in 5 years. The elite, that's your best rate. Very, very, very competitive rate. They've answered no to all the health questions. So underwriting, again, we don't do physicals. We do a telephone interview today. That's going away. So what you'll have to do, we'll do an MIB and prescription drug check. But again, we don't do attorney interview. So you got 2 choices, and I'm going to show you that. You can send your app into us. We'll order the MIB, prescription drug check, MBR, or if you use our point of sale tool, you can do that right in front with the client, right in the home. Find out your answer, and the only thing left to do is send in your application. We will issue the plan that we approved, that we've already approved. There's nothing else for us to do, okay? Same with the Advantage and Classic graded death benefit plans. We do have an underwriting guide that's on our website. I'm going to show you that. Well, all of our height and weight charts, NPR charts, and guidelines. You'll want to research that. The elements of our program on our Dignified Choice plans, they're easy. They're simple. You can talk to an underwriter at any time. If you have issues with us, you can call our underwriters. You can call our head underwriter, and they will talk with you and answer your questions or help you out with a case. Our underwriting is predictable. Our rules are pretty simple. You know up front what you're going to get, what you're not going to get. We believe our elite plans are some of the most competitive in the industry. We really believe that based on rates we see from other companies. But it is for good, healthy people. But it is very, very competitive. You already know we have great compensation. We have great customer service. I travel all around the United States, excuse me, working with Mike Oliver's of the world. And every agent, I've never ran into an agent that says you have bad customer service. Columbian has great people, great customer service. You can also submit your business electronically. We do have an e-app through our website. If you don't want to use paper, you can submit your business electronically. We won't spend much time on that today, but Mike can review that with it later, or we could do another session. So let me back out of this. Let me show. Where's my screen? Now you see the website. Yes? Okay. A couple of resources I want to show you today. www.cfglife. That's our home site. You can go to the site. You don't need an ID and password. Now, if you do have an ID and password, this is where you'd access your electronic application. This is where you'd access your business, your pending, your persistency. All kinds of great reports are in here, but you do need an ID and password to get that. When you contract with us, we do not set you up with an ID and password until you write your first piece of business. And we actually do not contract you until you write your first piece of business. You send in your application and your contract paperwork. That's when we contract you, because we pay all those fees. And once we contract you, you can go in here, producer login, and you can set yourself up with an ID and password. I'm not registered. You see that? So I'm going to go register. And this is where you would register, an ID and password. But until that time, you still have access to everything we're talking about today. So go to our home site again, www.cfglife. Producers, see here? See the drop-down box? Resources, there's all your forms. Illustration calculators and quotes. This is our illustration software. I'm going to show you that. Valuable tool. Training. All right, so today we're talking about training. So let's go to training just for a second. All right, training. There's going to be a video on this risk qualifier that I'm going to show you today. There's 2 videos. You'll want to watch that. There's a video on the child rider. There's a video on our products. There's PowerPoint training on the products we're talking today. Dignified Choice Final Expense. Right there's your PowerPoint. Our term life, simplified issue term. There's the PowerPoint on that we're going to talk about today. And other training. So that's there 24/7. You do not need an ID and password to look at that. Okay? The next tool I want to talk about before we show you our term product is our risk qualifier. I think this is important. Okay? So this is a tool you can download, again, on your iPhone, your Android product, your desktop, your laptop. To get this, you go to your App Store or your Play Store. Type in CFG Final Expense. CFG Final Expense. You're going to download it. Once you download it, you're going to need a password. The password is CFGFE, one-time password. You only do it one time. When it's there, you never have to log in again. Okay? So here's what it looks like on your phone, and I'll show you a bigger version of it. But what this does, did I go too far? I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm backed up. It's not. I'm not backed up. Well, sorry, this PowerPoint's not working right for some reason. Let me show you this. Let's do it this way. Okay. When you download it on your phone, here's what it looks like. It'll look exactly like this, okay? So, you got two choices. You can write an application with us, send it into the home office, let them do an MIB, RX check. Hopefully everything matches up. The insured told you everything. There's no surprises. We issue the plan as applied for. Takes a few days or longer. Or you might get a call from an underwriter and says, we found out more information. We can't issue the plan we told you. If you use this tool, you can do two things. You can pre-qualify people based on the drugs, height, weight, etc., and kind of know that the plan you're applying for is going to get issued. Or you can move on with the tool and actually hit the system and underwrite the product yourself. You can underwrite the product yourself. You can order an MIB, RX check, MVR, whatever's required. Wait a couple of minutes, get your answer, and you send in the app. When you use this tool, you're actually ordering a policy. So the only thing we need is an application. Once we get the application, it's issued. So best case scenario, let's say I have an appointment this morning. I use this tool. I do an underwrite. I get my answer. I fax, scan my application to us, or I even electronically send my business to me through our e-app. Your policy could get issued today, at the latest tomorrow morning, which means you get paid quick. So that's the beauty of this. So let me show you how this works. Very easy. Two things with this. You can do age or you can do birth date. Doesn't matter. Everything with us is age, last birthday. Let's do a typical final expense person. Who's we'll do 55. 55. State. Let's pull up North Carolina. We'll do a female. She's 5'8". She weighs 190. You notice how everything turned green? So my best plan is my elite plan. That's available. My select plan, which is our standard rate, is available. Of course, all the plans are available. Let's say I put in she's 240. We'll still take her. Let's say she's 250. She's good. Let's say she's 260. She's good. Let's say she's 280. She's not good. She's overweight with us. So as you can see, we got a very liberal height and weight chart. So she could weigh 275 and still get our standard rate, just based on what you've done so far. But we're going to go farther. So I'll just back up. I'll say she's 225, not 325, 225. Height much? 225. Everything's green. Now, let me do another thing here. Let's say she is 60. You see this screen that's popped up? Have you had a medical consultation in the last 5 years? No. Well, we're not going to give her the elite rate. We might give her our standard rate. We're going to want to know why she hasn't been to the doctor in the last 5 years. But if she has been to the doctor the last 5 years for any reason, we're still good. Maybe she went for a checkup. Maybe she goes for a physical every 4 years, 5 years. So we'll do that. So let me go back. I'm going to use 55. I like this. Okay. So we get our preliminary page. The next page pops up is all the drugs. We're approaching about 8,000 medications that are in this tool, preloaded. So it has a list of drugs, alpha order. You can see on the right here, green, that's a good drug. That's not a bad drug. Yellow, more severe drug. Yellow means we might not issue the plan you applied for, but we might. We need more information from you, and I'll show you how that works. Red, of course, is a bad drug, okay? Red, if you have a bunch of red drugs, you're probably not going to get our elite rate. So let's do a couple here. So let's do metformin, M-E-T. I'm going to start type in metformin. I'm sorry, it's med, right? M-E-D. There we go. metformin. Well, there's a couple of metformins. Which one are they taking? You can click right on the drug, and they'll tell you this HCl is a low priority drug, the maintenance drug. This ER is a drug that they take for type 2 diabetes and another condition. So you want to indicate which one they're taking. So I would check that box. See that? I'll check that box, take that drug. I would go ahead and add all the drugs they're taking. And as I add the drugs, as you can see on the bottom here, it's still green, right? Elite, I can still get the best rate, standard rate, so on. So I'm trying to get the elite rate. That's what I'm after. So go back to the top and hit next. As you can see, here's the 4 plans that are available. Everything is still green. I want the elite rate. So now it takes me right to my rate calculator. And I can rate this on face, or I can rate this on premium. If you're selling just a dollar amount, you can do it on a dollar amount. If you're doing it on face, I'm going to do face. But I'm going to do $15,000 of final expense. I can change the face amount up and down with these arrows. Here's your modes that are available. We'll sell it monthly, non-smoker. I'm not adding accidental death just because of her age, but I might. But the one thing I might want to do is add the child rider. How many children she have? 2. Now, how much does that cost? Let's go right back up. 2 children, $1.04. Very, very inexpensive. Very, very inexpensive. So I have all my information, right? The next thing I want to do is underwrite the case. I could stop here, and if I feel good about what the insurance told me, not taking many drugs, not real aged, I might send in the application, I might be good. But if I want to find out for sure, I want to hit POS underwriting. Okay. This is where you would log in using your ID and password that we provide to you. After you write your first piece of business with us and are contracted with us, you'll be able to set up your own ID and password. Okay, well, I have my own ID and password. I'm going to do. It's going to ask you for a security question. Okay, so now I'm starting to underwrite. So the first thing we want to do, you're attesting that you've completed an application. So I've already completed an application. I've completed an application on our elite plan. What I'm trying to do is find out, is this plan going to be approved? So I'm telling my insured, we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and confirm with the company right now that we're going to issue this plan as applied for. That's what we're going to do. So the next thing that happens is the insured signs right on the page with the stylus or their finger, doesn't matter. They sign it. And you do it right on your phone. So the next thing we want to do is take our applications from our application with me, type in their birth date, their birth date, age, height, weight, all the information, social insurance number, all the information. Then I get a decision. I'm not filling that out because I'm logged in. You hit get a decision. You wait a couple of minutes and a decision will come back to you. Approved, you'll get a green, yellow, or red. Approved, not approved. That way you absolutely know your plan is approved, right on the spot. That's how simple this tool is. Fantastic tool. And again, the videos, how to get it, are on our website. And of course, Mike can help you if you need further instructions. Where we can email you the flyer. It has all the instructions in it if you want that. So great, 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 great tool. Okay. So that really goes along with those Dignified choice plans, is that point of sale rating calculator and underwriting tool. Those two things really go together. Or again, you can send in your business, what I say, traditional way, write an app, send it in, we'll do all the work, but you can do it right in the home and find out now. And we have agents that have really, really found this to be valuable because it doesn't waste their time. They find out on the spot, okay? All right, the next product we want to review quickly is our term life plan. Well, before I do that, let me show you one thing that I missed.
Hey Tom, before we go on to that, Tom, there was a couple of questions about that last product. I just want to ask those real quick while we're still talking about it. There were a few associated with the child rider. Does that child rider, can it include grandchildren? So if I'm the grandparent, I'm taking out, or I'm the mom. Okay, so it can have grandchildren and regular children up to age 20.
Yes, 18.
Okay, 18.
15,
okay.
15. They got to be put on there between 15 and 18, but it covers them until they're 25.
Okay.
So you can add an 18-year-old and it'll cover them until 25.
So you got an example where you've got a elderly person. They have, let's just say, for whatever reason, they've got a kid of their own that's 19 years old, whatever. This person's 50. They've got a 19-year-old, and that 19-year-old has a 2-year-old kid. Both the grandkid and the child could be on the 55-year-old's life insurance policy together to age 25.
No, the 19-year-old could not, because he's under 19. He's 19. If he's 18, you could add.
Let's say he's 18. So if he's 18 and they got a 2-year-old.
Yeah, but the grandchild could.
The grandchild could. Okay. The other one around kids are, do the children and grandchildren have to reside in the home of the primary insured or at least in the same state?
They do not have to reside in the same home. And Mike, I don't think they have to reside in the same state either.
No, they do not. They'll let a grandparent sign up to $25,000 on a grandchild.
Okay, perfect. We had another question about part 1, question 3 on the application. It was asking, does that 12-month time frame apply to all of the health conditions that were listed, or does that only apply to kidney dialysis?
That's only kidney dialysis. That they are specific individual questions. Okay.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. And there was a question about, are there applications online and paper? And I'm assuming that, that's a yes.
Yeah, we have both.
Yeah, not just one or the other. Okay. All right. That's all we got right now. You go ahead and move on. Thank you.
Okay.
Now, Michael, one thing I want to add to the children's rider right quick is this, where we differ from a lot of companies. There's other companies that have a grandchildren's rider. And ours covers grandchildren, great-grandchildren, step-grandchildren, and everything. So any child in the hierarchy is there.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's
but
good to know.
Ours also, to add a child on for $10,000 is only $2.09 a month.
Sure.
And as Tom said, you can do up to 20 children. And I know some other companies, they do have a grandchildren's rider, but if it pays one time, and that's it. So if you've got 10 children on there and one dies, then the rest of them are out. Ours is
so this is a truly individual for each one.
It is an individual for each one. So if one child passes, then they just lose that premium for that one child. Everybody else is still covered. And they're covered to age 25. And they can convert up to 5 times that amount when they get 25. So if you've got them on there for 10,000, they're qualified for $50,000 without any insurability.
Nice.
They can convert it. Now, the other thing is this: if they're 80 or below when they buy the children's rider, something happens to the primary insured, we come in and pay up that children's rider just like grandma or grandpa was still there until they're 25 years old without any further premiums.
Nice. Good to know.
All right, good questions. So, Mike, let me show you on our website, the agent asks for forms. They go back to our website, producers, resources, forms, a la carte forms. So we'll take final expense market, and we want to look in the state of North Carolina. These are all the approved forms for your state. Everything is here. It's not in any kind of listing, but let's say I want application. I just go to title here and type in app, and there's everything with application. Policy change, fax cover sheet, child rider application. There's your application. Here's our e-app documents. Everything is there from the website for your agent. They can access it 24/7. So they never are short of having the required form or application. It's always out there for them if you run out of stock. Okay. So as Mike was saying, let me review the child rider separately. Basically, our child rider covers all the children, all these examples. So we'll look at this. Again, it's available with our Elite, our Select, and our Advantage plans. You can add the child rider. All issue ages, you can add the child rider. Children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, stepchildren, adopted children, step-grandchildren, adopted grandchildren, step-great-grandchildren, and adopted great-grandchildren. So it covers anything you can think of. You can issue $2,500 to $10,000 per child. Again, the child's got to be 15 days old to 18 years old, but it covers them until they're 25. Okay? The rider cannot exceed the policy face amount or $15,000 if you have multiple policies that you've added the child rider on it. So we'll only take a maximum of that for multiple policies. You can cover up to 20 kids. So a $10,000 rider covers them till they're 25. They can convert up to 5 times that. So in this example, they can convert $50,000 to permanent protection regardless of their health condition at the time. The paid up riders that are inherent in this plan. All right, so let's say you sell an Elite or Select plan and the insured is 80 or younger and you've issued a child rider, great grandchild, whatever. If that insured dies, we're going to pay that rider. It's going to stay in force on all the kids until they're 25, no premiums due. As far as I know, I don't know if any other company does that. Maybe there is. That's a great feature with our rider, okay? Then we have what we call our non-paid up rider. Well, non-paid up rider is you've added a child rider to our Advantage plan. And again, that's that return of premium plan. And the insured is 81 to 85, or the insured is 81 to 85 on our other plans. If the insured dies, you can convert the child rider. You can go ahead and convert it immediately up to 5 times, but we don't pay it up on those particular plans. But we do pay it up on our Elite and our standard plans, okay? Here's the child rider application that you add to your normal application. We ask a couple of things but we really don't require them. We ask for address and telephone number. We don't need it. We ask for date of birth. We don't need it. We ask for social security number. We don't need it. If you have it, great, but you don't need it. The only thing you need is the name of the insured child and their age, last birthday. That's what you need. Okay? Put a beneficiary designation in there. There's 3 health questions. They really deal with terminal illness, HIV, AIDS, drug use, mental conditions, Down syndrome, muscular dystrophy, those types of things, asthma, the big stuff. That's what we ask. Signature of primary insured, they sign it. You can add up, again, you can have up to 10 kids per page. If you got more than that, get another page. So if you got 20 kids, you're going to have two of those applications that you're going to add. That's what it would look like. Okay. No MIB check, no prescription drug check, no additional underwriting. Child does not need to be present. Signature of primary insured only. All right, so we don't even underwrite. We take your word on those health questions, add the child or children. Coverage, $2,500, 52 cents a month. So if you got $10,000, it's $1.04 per month per child. Very inexpensive. Okay, so this is a good prospecting tool. It's a good way to solidify some sales. It's a good way to increase persistency on your sales, our child rider, and create opportunities for future sales, our child rider. Okay, all right. If you have questions on that, we can answer those. All right, let's look at this term product. We got a great term product. We call it our simplified issue term. Well, it is simplified issue. There's not a physical. And this product is already rated to Table D. All right, it's already priced and rated to Table D. It's available for 15, 20, and 30 years. After that time, it becomes a YRT to 95 if they want to keep it going. You can issue as little as $25,000 up to $250,000. There's your issue ages, from 18 to 65 on a 15-year-old, 18 to 60 on a 20-year plan, and 18 to 55 on a 30-year plan. This plan also does have an unemployment waiver. Premiums are waived for 6 months if the insured becomes unemployed for 6 weeks or more after they have had the policy for 2 years. So that's a great inherent benefit into the plan. It's simplified issue, again, available for a period of 20 or 30 years. Includes a this is our Term Life Plus. You have the basic term life. Then you have Term Life Plus. Term Life Plus is 20 and 30-year plan. And this product is priced to have a 50% return of premium after the premium paying period. Again, you can write up to $250,000, 18 to 60 and 18 to 50 on a 20 and 30-year plan. Does include the unemployment waiver. Riders on these plans. Okay, so for our term life, not the Term Life Plus, which is the return of premium product, term life, you have these riders: accelerated death benefit, terminal illness, critical illness, and chronic illness. Accidental death, waiver of premium, children's term. You can add these riders. Let's talk about these riders. Accelerated, accidental death, waiver of premium, children's term. Simplified issue, no medical, no blood, guaranteed premiums, guaranteed renewable, guaranteed convertible. Okay? Oh, sorry. The accelerated death benefit for terminal illness, they can get up to 95% of their death benefit if they're being diagnosed as terminally ill. And for critical illness, they can get the same amount. For chronic illness, they can get up to 24% of their death benefit per year, up to 95% for chronic illness. And those benefits are free. All you have to do is check the box that you want it. You got to tell us that you want it, and it's free. Accidental death, waiver of premium, pretty standard. Children's term rider does not work the same way as the Dignified Choice rider, but it is a great rider, priced very competitively. It's a good rider. Let me show you something else. Let's talk about our living benefit riders. Why are our living benefit riders great? Okay. You can add them on term life, non-return of premium plan, terminal, critical, chronic. They're free, but you got to add them. Okay. Columbian, let me tell you a little bit about Columbian. You know, we're a 136-year-old company. Last year alone, we paid out $167 million to beneficiaries. Great company. Tells you a lot of people are buying these plans. Why is these riders important when you talk to people? Well, because life insurance has always been death insurance, but with our living benefit riders, you don't have to die to receive our benefit. And there's a brochure you can get that comes with our term life kits that looks like this, has this information in it. So when you're talking to an insured, do you know someone who's had a heart attack, cancer, or stroke, or a Alzheimer's? Sure, most everybody knows somebody. And with our riders, it doesn't mean that these events have to mean a bankruptcy for someone, because bankruptcy is a leading cause of, our medical issues are a leading cause of bankruptcies. Some statistics that we share with families: the American Cancer Society estimates that 1.7 new cases of cancer was diagnosed last year. And again, bankruptcies are contributed to medical issues. 34 seconds and 40 seconds, someone in the U.S. has had a heart attack or a stroke. 162 million cases of chronic diseases were reported in the U.S. last year. 50% of the people currently disabled are between 18 and 64. And between 27 and 57, you're 3 times more likely to develop a disability than death. How about nursing home care? Very expensive. Average nursing home cost for a private room is about $92,000. Assisted living is about $43,000. And home health aid can be about $46,000. So with our riders, we can provide funds when a medical crisis arises. Our living benefit riders can help in case of heart attack, life-threatening cancer, stroke, inability to perform 2 of the 6 daily activities of living, permanent, severe cognitive impairments, major organ failure, ALS, kidney failure, terminal illness. Our riders provide an extra layer of protection at no cost, no cost. Choice of the amount of percentage that you receive. So again, the insured elects the amount they want to receive. Your policy still stays in force. Premiums are reduced accordingly. There's no additional premium charge for these riders. They're free. Okay? And again, it helps you with your persistency also, but it's a very, very valuable tool. How do these riders compare to long-term care insurance? Well, it's not long-term care insurance, of course, but long-term care insurance, as you know, has high premiums, has some restrictions. If you don't use it, you don't get your money back. With our riders, there's no additional premium. There's no restrictions on their use. So when we give you the money, you can do whatever you want with it, and your death benefit stays in force. So again, accelerated percentages is determined by the owner. Again, 95% up to for terminal or critical illnesses, up to 24% per year for chronic illnesses. And the amount of accelerated benefit is determined in part by the company's expectation of the insured's mortality. Okay? Our living benefits rider should be a persuasive selling point for non-return of premium plans. Added layer of protection. Again, no cost, free. Policy owner chooses the amount to receive. Policy stays in force. Premiums are reduced. Okay, so these are inherent in our term plans. Okay, and that's all on our website. So you want to show these riders when you talk about our term life plans, because they're free. Okay, and I say they're free, they're free. Okay, let me show you another a tool we have to give you a comparison. If you don't have our illustrated software system, great program. You can download this right from the website. Here's what it looks like. You can see that okay. Full screen. All right. This has all of our products on it. Okay? So today we're talking about Dignified Choice. That's our Dignified Choice products. I clicked on that. Let's take this 55-year-old female. She lives, come on, North Carolina. There's North Carolina. Okay. Non-smoker, smoker, non-smoker. Here's your plans. There's the Elite, Select, Advantage, Security. You see that? You're always trying to get the Elite plan, of course. I put in for $10,000. She's going to pay it monthly, of course. There's your premium at the bottom. Automatically calculates your premium. Riders. Let's add some riders. I want to add some children's term to this, right? So it tells me I can't make a mistake on this. $2,500 to $10,000. Again, I'm going to put in $5,000 per child. She's got 3 children. The first child is 8. The second child is 6. The last child's 3. Let me just put in numbers. I'm done. So there you go. Calculates the premium. The children's term, 3 children covered, is $3.12 total, or $1.04 per child for $5,000. So on this plan, her base plan is $29, children's rider $32.32, $10,000, 55-year-old. Great premium. Also, this software has things that you might want to use. So I'll go up to quick quote at the top. I'm going to click on that. And this is your illustrated software. So if I want to show this lady, this is her annual premium, shows her cash value, her RPUs. I can show her that at 70, she could stop paying on this plan and have $5,000 paid up, or she could pay it till she's 74 and have $6,000 paid up, or cash. Or she could pay on it 25 years and have $7,200 in paid up, or her extended value. So she wouldn't have to pay on it till she's 100. She can take her RPUs. Another great selling point that helps you sell our plans. So you don't have to sell the whole life, right? Resources. This will tell you a needs calculator, preliminary statement of policy cost, which you do not need in North Carolina. You can set yourself up here and save, put myself as an agent, my name, save this file. I can save my cases. So if I'm working on someone, I can go back and look at it, work on it, right, over and over and over. Let's go to term life. Very good, term life. So we have simplified issue term, and we got term line. Again, term line is our 10, 15, 20-year plan, and that's for $250,001 up to $10 million. That's available. Basic term plan, great term plan, but it's fully underwritten. Medical is the whole bit. But today we're talking about our term life simplified issue term, right? That's what we're talking about. So here, I'm going to keep everything the same. Our term life 15-year plan, see that? And let's sell 100,000, and we're going to look at this monthly. It's $81 a month. I have some riders I can add, accidental death, waiver premium. But see here, accelerated death benefit, chronic illness, and critical illness. What does that say? Free, free, free. Add the free. I might want to add a children's term. I can do that. Again, I would add that. I'm done. But let me show you something else. Let's talk about our Term Life Plus plan, which is our return of premium, 50% return of premium plan. That's available on a 20-year and a 30-year. So let's look at a 30-year, same age, 55, $100,000. Well, I can't add it because he's over 50. I'm going to do 50. So he won't let me make a mistake. All right, so 50-year-old, 100,000. This is return of premium, 50% return of premium, 120. Let's go to quick quote though. Look at this. This is a term plan. Here's your annual premium he's paying. As you can see, here's your values. So for this term plan, this individual at 50 could buy a term plan, and in 20 years, he could stop paying on it, get half his money back, or he could take $14,000 in paid up insurance. If he paid on it for 30 years, he could take half his money back, or he could take $32,000 in paid up insurance. That's on a term plan. Return of premium plus product. Great product. Good selling point. Also on our term plans, the Term Life Plus on a 20-year, age 40, I think it's 40 and under, these rates are really less than our basic term plan. So the returner premium plan is really a great value for younger ages. Okay, so you'll want to download this software and play with it. This is really going to help you understand our products better, and also when you do a proposal for an insured, it's really a great tool. That, along with our illustrated software program that we talked about. Okay.
Well, Tom, you may want to show them the term life rate calculator they can download.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I have that on. I don't have it on my desktop. Okay, on the term life calculator, we do have this tool without the underwriting for term life. You'll want to go to your Play Store, your App Store, and you'll want to type in CFG Family, the Family Term, Mike?
Yes, Family Term Life is what they need to put in.
Yeah, Family Term Life. Find our rate calculator there, and then you got a one-time password, Family Term. Type that in, and you'll have this, all your term rates, Term Life Plus, you'll have all of those on your phone or your desktop also to show at any time. So you'll want to download that. And again, the instructions on our site. If you can't find them, let Mike or I know. We'll send them to you with all the instructions. You'll definitely want to do that. Our next phase is to have a point-of-sale underwriting tool for our term life products also. They are simplified issue today through Table D, but we are going to plug in a point-of-sale tool for all of our term products. But the products we're selling a lot of are our Dignified Choice and our term products with those living benefit riders. We are selling a lot of those, especially with the living benefit riders. You can see the sales opportunities and the prospects that you would talk to about that with that product and satisfy all kinds of needs, from basic needs to final expense needs to mortgage needs to business needs. All kinds of great needs can be serviced with our term products.
Hey, Tom, we had two questions real quick regarding the term. Were the living benefits only for the term products that you guys have, or was that available for all the other products as well?
Just for the term product.
Yeah, they're right at this time. They're available for the term life product. They're looking with the new revisions of the new products. This has to be out by 2020. They're looking to add those to the other products.
Okay. And then the other question was, we know what happens to the child rider on the whole life, permanent life policies. What happens if the primary insured dies and they have children riders on the term policies?
They all work the same. All of our children's riders work the same. If the primary insured dies, then we come in and pay up the children's rider to their 25th birthday, and then they still have the right to convert up to whatever amount. Example, the term life product, you can add up to $15,000 when rate covers all your first line children. And then if the primary dies, then we come in and pay that up to their 25th birthday, and then they can convert up to 5 times that amount without
Perfect.
their bill. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, good questions. So you may have seen, if not, you will see a bulletin again announcing that May 7th, our final expense telephone interviews, they're not going to be required. If you want to do them, fine, but they're optional. But if you use that point of sale calculator, it won't even be on there anymore, and just be another step that we're eliminating to speed up the process so we can get your business issued as quick as possible. Wow, we did good on time. Look at that. So what else you want to cover?
We were right on the money. That's awesome. Before we close out, it looks like there were two more questions that I'm going to see if we can address real quick. There's a question about how do these products treat people who are on insulin that take care of themselves? Let's say they have a good height and weight. Is there an opportunity for them to receive an immediate death benefit, or are they only going to have access to the graded products?
No, on the Dignified choice, the final expense, the way it works with insulin, as long as they started taking insulin after age 50 or 50 or after, and their diabetes is under control, they can get day one coverage. They can get the elite product. So that's the question on the app, and that's specific to insulin as to when they started taking insulin, because most type 2 diabetics start taking insulin later in life. So if they're an insulin-dependent diabetic, that's the question. You know, have you taken insulin prior to age 50?
Okay. All right, good. There's a question about customizable marketing materials where agents can add their personal contact info and seminar dates. Are those available to them?
Yes, there is. They can contact our marketing department and our sales support. Tom, I don't know if you have the brochure for the sales support team, but maybe you can throw that up and give them the number.
Okay.
But we have a great sales support team that they can call anytime from 8 o'clock to 4:30, and it's really easy. It's 800-423-9765, extension 7582, and they're available to answer your questions for any of the products. They can give you rates. They can help you with everything.
Perfect.
I'll bring that to you, Michael, when we come next week, so you can make sure everybody gets it.
Great. Thank you so much. And we have one last question, and then we're going to let everybody hop off. I just want to make sure, I'm not 100% sure I'm going to ask this right, so bear with me. The paid up amount of insurance that they can get on the Plus product, is that permanent life insurance?
Yes, it is. When they take the option to pay up, then that is permanent insurance, and that's the great thing about our product. We're one of the few companies with a simplified issue product that allows you to do that. And if you look at that illustration, not only do they have the option at the end of the 20 or 30-year period, but, you know, on a 20-year, put age 45 in there right quick, Tom.
Okay.
Male age 45 for, you know, 150,000. And I want to show you this. I like to show this on the Term Life Plus for 20 years. You have to go to the Term Life route. There you go.
20 year?
Yeah, 20 years.
Okay. There you go.
I would do it for 150,000. That's the amount it changed on you.
Oh, sorry. There we go.
You notice that's about $104 a month. But if you'll look, two things we differ. If you look at the cash value, most return of premium companies, you have to keep it 20 years before you get anything. Ours builds a lot like a whole life policy over through the years. So if this guy wants to quit paying it in 15 years, he gets $7,300 back, or he can take $17,000 fully paid up for the rest of his life. If he keeps it the entire 20 years, he's got $12,480 cash return, or he can take a $25,569 policy paid up, and that's paid up to age 121. So he never has to pay on it again. So that's the great thing about our term life that I really like. If you've got somebody that's not wanting a premium after they retire, you know, in this guy's example, you know, he's 45, he needs more insurance now, but when he gets ready to retire at age 65, he's got almost $26,000 paid up from now on. He doesn't have to buy a final expense policy. Any other questions?
It looks like, somebody wanted you to pull up the website to go and see all this again online. What was that website?
Okay, cfglife.com. I'll pull it up here.
Take them to the training page, Tom.
Okay, so there's our main page, cfglife.com. Producers, training. Here's all our training. So again, today, look at this video on the child term rider, grandchild rider, final expense rider. Look at these two videos on the risk qualifier and point of sale underwriting tool. That's what we talked about today. Then the PowerPoints that we looked at today on product training, Dignified Choice, Term Life Simplified Issue Term. That's what we looked at today. Okay.
And if you look at the under website training, you see that instant application upload. That shows you how you don't have to fax anything in. You can actually upload it directly to the company once you get your writing number with us.
Okay. Instant application. How to scan and send your applications in, or again, Mike can show you also on our e-app. We do have an e-app.
But with that instant application, guys, you can take a picture with your phone, with your iPad, or you can scan it in your computer and upload it directly to the company once you get your writing number with us, and boom, it's there. So you can take a paper app or an e-app and upload them right immediately, and your application's there. And Michael, let me finish up with this. I want to encourage these guys to,
Sure.
Again, I want to remind you that we have the two apps that you have on your smart devices that you can add. You can add the CFG final expense rate calculator, that you can do everything on the final expense, even the underwriting. You can do the underwriting portion once you send in your first app. The other one is the CFG Family Term Life app. If you go to your Play Store or App Store, you can download that. So you have both of those products at your fingertips. If you want the full rating software like Tom showed you earlier, you do have to put that on a laptop or a desktop. But with the two apps, you've got those right there in your hand with your phone or your iPad, and on those two particular products. And they're very easy to use, and it shows you exactly where to go and what to do with them right here on these training videos. So I encourage you to do that.
I think it's going to be pretty valuable for agents in the field, especially the newer agents coming up and iPhones and all the technology. So I think that that's really, really valuable. And I know some other carriers are doing that, but not a lot of them are. So that's good forward thinking on your part.
And he's got my picture up there along with my numbers. That local number is my, I don't see my cell phone number on there, but I need to get that to you guys. But it's 442 or 336-442-5979. And you can call me, you can text me, I can help you any way that need be. Also, we do have the sales support team. They're available from 8 o'clock to 4:30 every day. And again, that number is 800-423-9765, extension 7582.
Perfect. Well, we want to thank you guys for taking out some time of your day to go through this thorough training. As I said before, we're going to have this entire webinar recorded, and it will be on messerfinancial.com's website. So you can go there if you had to hop off early or anything else. We'll be contacting you afterwards to make sure we can answer any questions that you guys might possibly have. If you need anything else, you can feel free to contact the marketing department. Again, my name is Michael Colon. If you just dial 704-568-9649, that'll put you into our home office. And then you can talk to myself, Jeff Street, or Micah Matthews. We're three of the marketing directors here for you. So thank you again so much for your time. Hope you all have a fantastic afternoon, and we will be in touch. Take care.